Hello everyone, welcome to F1 Views. Brand new video guys. This week we're talking about underrated drivers. So I've asked a question and the question is, how good was Nico Rosberg? I always have these categories. So let's start. Quali, very important. Race, obviously more important. Rain, so because it don't rain that often. Attack, defense, this key one here, before they drove amazing cars, that's a good one, and the teammates. So we have them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have them 7 categories that we're going to use to determine how good a driver was. Statistical point of view, and we're just talking pure facts here. I don't care about, if he was a bad guy, when he was on track, what he tried to do against Lewis to get pole position, all that sort of stuff. Like, I really don't care. That stint that he did with Schumacher from 2010 to 2012, did that prove how good he was? I'm not sure, because obviously when Schumacher came, he'd retired and then he came back. So he finished 2006, didn't drive 2007, 8, 9, and he came back 2010. Like, say there's a hierarchy, right, and Schumacher is there. He's up there with the best of the best. Like that, right? And you have Nico Rosberg there, which is matching him on every level, and I'd qualify him almost all the time, yeah? But say Schumacher was there and he lost speed. Say he lost 2/10, right? And he's down there now, yeah? But bearing in mind, remember, Schumacher benchmark was up there. Say he lost 2/10, right? Because I remember someone say between the best drivers and the worst drivers on the grid, it's like 5/10 or something like that, he said. He says the gap is not that massive. Now, if Schumacher is there, surely Rosberg would have to be somewhere there. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So you can't say the guy is shit, first of all, because that would be really disrespectful. So it's clear that Rosberg was on a level where you can't say all what he was doing was a fluke. And I'll show you why it's not a fluke. So, before he drove that dominant Mercedes in 2014, Rosberg had, so he had, how many poles? I think it's 4 poles. So he had one in China 2012, purely off merit, and then he went on to win that race, purely off merit. Bearing in mind, like, the Mercedes in 2012 was like the 5th best car. So you're talking in a region from, say, 6 to 10. And you have wins. So he had, before 2014, he had 2 wins in 2013 and 1 win, like I just said, in 2012. No fluke either. In the rain, he's not very good in the rain. He's not shit, but he's not amazing. He's not up there with the best. So probably out of 5, I'd probably give him like a 3 in the rain. 3 out of 5 in the rain. In quali though, I would give him a strong 4.5. In the race, I would give him a strong 4 as well. He's not very good at navigating his way through traffic, like overtaking people and such. But if he's up there at the front, breezing, you're not going to catch him. He can overtake people, but in terms of, say, a car that's similar on pace as well as a good driver, he normally doesn't shine brightest there. Attack, so that kind of falls within the same bit there as racing and overtaking people. So out of 5, I probably would give him 3.5 on attack. Defense, probably the same, 3.5 again. Before they drove amazing cars. Alright, so that's a key point there. Remember what I said about 2012, 2013, I think it was 2010 as well. He got 3 podiums for Mercedes. So this was all before he drove any amazing cars, right? He was getting results. And this is what I want you guys to go back and look at. I want you guys to go back and look on the facts, no opinions, no emotions whatsoever. Just go back and watch a race and see how he did in these races that I'm talking to you about. I think you might gain a little bit more respect for the guy afterwards, you know what I mean? And their teammates. At the end of the day, the guy drove against 2 world champions, you know what I mean? And he ended up bettering 2 of them. Even though Schumacher was retired, he wasn't at his best anymore. But at the end of the day, Schumacher is a racing driver, so even though he wasn't used to the modern cars, when he came back, after, I don't know, say half of the season or something, getting along with his mechanics, getting used to the car. Like this is, I hate when people say stuff like, give him a season to evolve or anything like that. Only young drivers evolve like that. From a pure racing driver standpoint, right, you get in the car and you adapt. Like, that's what good drivers do. Schumacher would have adapted, but he just didn't have the edge that he had before. Like, he just lost that little edge. And that's all it was. And like I'm saying to you, if he'd lost 2 tenths and he was there, and he's lost 2 tenths and he's there now, that means Rosberg is here, like just above him, when he's lost that 2 tenths or 3 tenths or whatnot. Do you know what I mean? So you can't say Rosberg's shit. And Lewis Hamilton, everyone obviously knows about him and Lewis Hamilton. They had some really good duels. They did really well against Lewis in qualifying 2014, but Lewis always outdid him in the race. 2015, Lewis he was on one, like, just on an amazing run that year, and then he basically kind of just give up, like, after he'd won the championship in the USA. And then 2016, Rosberg, bringing that momentum from the year before, comes in 2016, had a little bit less problems than Lewis, but he still managed to, you know, keep his foot down, the way to the finishing line. That's what it's about, right? And he's won the championship fair and square, you know what I mean? Lewis, he lost it. It was a little bit emotional for him to lose it, but he did, you know what I mean? And Rosberg can say, when he's telling his grandchildren these stories, he can say, mate, I beat 2 world champions. Who else on the grid can say they beat 2 world champions? Not many guys. Personally, I feel Nico Rosberg is an underrated driver. I think he's good. He's not great, but he's good. He's better than probably mate. I don't want to compare him against anyone on the grid right now, but I think he would whoop a lot of guys on the grid's ass, right?